Hi guys, it's Negla. I'm here with a new video for the month of February 2019 for Twin Flames, Divine Partners, Soulmates. This is a video for anyone who is on an ascension journey and actively working on their own healing. So this video would really resonate with many of you who watch my channel. I wanted to start my video by, of course, thanking everyone who likes, shares, and subscribes to my channel and who really comments, takes the time to comment on my videos and takes the time to comment on my work and to send me their stories and to book private readings with me. So I really definitely appreciate that. I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you. And I try to get back to you as soon as I can, but I send you all my love all the time. So it's been an interesting new beginning for the month of February for all of us since we just ended the month of January 2019. It's been such an interesting time as we are really starting to step into the new year and what that new year really means for us. For many of you, if you've watched my annual reading, even for January or just some of my work, the way I started to see January is like a continuation really of the year 2018. So January for many of us, and I know some people really joked about the idea of January feeling like a really, really long time. It's because that month, of course, apart from the eclipses that happened in that month, we were also meant to take this time to really rebalance ourselves out with the new energies that we're really getting into, especially February, as you're going to see the energies. And I'm seeing a couple of cards that I picked for the collective. You're going to see how the energies are really, really changing with the month of February. So really take it easy and understand that January really, and especially with the eclipses, between the partial solar eclipse and the total lunar eclipse and all the other energetic and astrology factors of January, all the activations, all the downloads that we've all been receiving in the month of January is really to get us into a much better state and a much higher vibration so we can actually embrace the new year, which I feel is actually starting in the month of February. Like we're going to see that new beginning. And you're going to see the interesting cards actually with this idea of the new beginning. It's a new vibrational beginning for all of us. These are the new timelines that we've been really, really working hard on. The last maybe 3 or 4 months of the year 18 has been, very strongly energetic karmic endings for us. So much healing has been going on, like intense healings of our different chakras, of our cycles, of our past lives. So January came to really balance us out in that sense, like helping us end those feelings and those purging, clearings that we've been collectively actually doing together. So definitely as you come along with the month of February, you're going to start to feel that major shift, because many of us are actually moving into higher timelines. And it's nothing wrong when you're not feeling that higher timeline. It's really where you are in your journey and how you're manifesting the vibrations into your own life. So take it easy with yourself. No one is better than the other. We're just really all on our amazing, amazing individual journeys in this life. But collectively, we've been doing a lot of work together. I felt that this reading is going to be a little different because I was going to start like doing a masculine and a feminine energy like I normally feel guided more towards. But this time the guides really wanted me to do a collective reading that's going to be masculine and feminine. And the reason why I feel we're doing this now, it's we need to really embrace and more get ourselves into this idea of the union energy. And even though maybe at other, future readings, I might say divine masculine and divine feminine, but I feel the month of February is really going to get you more knowledge and more understanding of how, if you're a divine feminine watching this reading, then you're going to understand more about your own personal divine masculine. And vice versa, if you're a masculine watching this reading, you're going to get more in union with your divine feminine energy. It is to get us more in shape and more into our master level knowledge or connection into the higher understanding of those energies within all of us. And of course, if you understand yourself more, you're going to understand what's outside of you. What's within is actually what's without. So keep that in mind as I'm going through this reading, because it's going to be more about the collective. We're actually really embracing more of our union energies. We're embracing more of our oneness energies, because we are no longer projecting that the other person is doing this and I'm doing that. Although, of course, on our own individual lives and our own individual choices, we may do things a little different, but this is another level, in this reading, is to really, really make you understand the other side of the story. It will make you understand and really, really integrate that other person inside of you. So let's get going with this reading, because I don't feel it's going to be a long one, but I'm going to be channeling more about it. So we're starting the month of February with a new moon. So there's a new moon on the 4th, and I'm doing this reading on the 3rd. But in the last few days, and especially, I was getting specific dates and visions about January, specific things that I've been seeing. And I'm sure other, my soul sisters have been bringing some interesting information, amazing information about the energies as well. But what I've been seeing also is we've been getting a lot of activations, more activations, more upgrades coming into our own chakras, coming into our own vision, into our own healing, into our own idea of who we are versus the world. What do we see with the world? So I'm going to talk a little bit more also about what activations we've been doing. Because I pulled a couple of cards and I wanted to see more that I needed to channel for you in this reading, because personally I've been getting more of what kind of activations we've been getting. And I even before I started this reading, I was like getting this intuitive knowledge of it, and asking the guides about what kind of activations we're really getting. So many of us are getting activations regarding our own unions. And I'm going to look at the cards now, and you're going to see why this union energy is actually starting to become more activated within you. The first card that, the question that I asked the guys is like, what kind of activations are we actually going to start feeling in the month of February? What is the energetic difference of February versus the last month of January? So the first card that I got is Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. So it's quite interesting. Like, even when I did my annual reading for Twin Flames, we had Radha, the goddess Radha. She's a twin flame, and she came into the reading. So that theme, I'm feeling more of that, like the Indian, ancient Indian gods and goddesses are really really starting to work with us more now. So if you have past lives in India, if you connect with the mythology of the Indian culture, which is, again, it's really about more the connection with a lot of the masculine energy. And that's what I've been really feeling, that we're going to be healing so much of the masculine energy. As if you guys know, like, there are some cultures are still around the world, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's in India, and some of the other countries, that the masculine patriarchy or the patriarchal system is still very, very strong. So I feel there's definitely a divine connection why these cards are actually showing up. It's not just about the transcendence idea, but it's really about the symphony, the sync, the divine connection of what actually, as a collective, we're actually working on. And I feel very much we are all really focusing so much more into our masculine energies. If you are a divine feminine, then you're going to feel that you are really tapping more and more into your masculine energy, and vice versa. If you're a masculine energy, you're going to be bringing in more knowledge of the divine feminine into your masculine, so you're actually healing your divine masculine energy. So Lord Shiva also represents like the male trinity gods of India. So and he represents the idea of creation, destruction, and protection as well. So that's, again, an emphasis of the activations that we are, many of us are actually really feeling right now. It's activating our divine masculine energy to become more of the divine aspect of the masculinity. I feel with this card, also that the activations and the downloads that many of us are receiving right now from the universe, because this is what the universe is actually helping us with. This is the outside influence coming to support all of us, whether it's the new moon or you know, also the full moon is going to bring that too. But it's like this month we're getting more the energies that will support the empowerment and more of the initiation of the divine masculine energies. I mean, they've been working really hard, but we're going to start to see a change and a shift that is actually going to be able, you're going to be able to see it more clearly in front of your eyes. Like you're going to actually start seeing what the masculine energy really can do for you. If you're a feminine and you're embracing, like you're expressing your divine feminine energy, you're going to actually tap more into your masculine energy by understanding how you can feel more safe and more protected in your steps. At the same time, the masculine energy are going to actually also be tapping into what a divine masculine really means, like tapping more into their intuition, because, you know, Shiva here has like a third eye is really wide open, and really so much in tune with the power of the universe. So these activations are going to be targeting our dormant DNAs, our cell memories, our past life pain. So it's a lot is going to be, they're saying the word churning. The masculine energy is really going to be really pushed into expressing more of the things that they have been hiding inside, because they've been really quiet. But many of them are starting to really speak up, or to show things, or to express things, or to purge with things. They're also saying that the divine masculine energies that we're all going to be working on as a collective are starting to feel the push from the universe to really change themselves on more of the physical level. So it's not just on a spiritual level, because, and even though they could be, you know, doing things differently, you know, each person is different, of course, and each journey is different, but many of them are now starting to apply the spiritual knowledge into physical action, into, and it's interesting, like it's 4:44 now on my clock. They're going to really apply that spiritual knowledge into more of it's a physical action. Like they're bringing down the energies of change, the energies of them being initiated into more of their divine, you know, as a divine partner for them, you know, for others and for themselves. As we're going to see more of our divine masculine energy actually taking action. Quite interesting also is, it's nice that, you know, Shiva also has like a crescent moon on his head, which again, it's exactly what's happening with this new moon. This is a new moon of Aquarius, and that moon is really embracing, this is the new beginning of the whole year. This is really what I feel. This is the beginning of the whole year. So you're going to embrace more of your action as you're becoming more and more activated into being able to take action on the things you couldn't do before. Again, the second card that came is Freya. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So again, this idea of the moon. So I feel it's quite interesting. Like the first card has a crescent moon, which is, you know, I'm doing this with the new moon of Aquarius. By the time we get to the full moon, Freya is a Norse goddess here of, you know, the moon and love. We're going to actually see things come to light, like more, this is, we're going to see some endings to some specific karmic connections, cycles, as we've been working on that. But this is like, we're getting more clarity as these are activations that will help us see things really, really clear. They're going to be really clear, especially when we have a full moon. The full moon highlights so many things to us. So I feel that, like definitely, you know, with the raven too, it's the raven represents the idea of death, and death is always a rebirth. So I feel from, you know, the beginning of February till the end of February, we're going to go through this cycle of a death and a rebirth. Again, you know, Shiva does the same thing, creator and destroyer. So this idea of death and rebirth. And I'm gonna show you what the angels also, the angel cards that I got also. Um, so I feel truth definitely is gonna be coming out on a whole new different level. This is something you may not expect at all, but it's coming with. This is really the universe, you know, exposing things. So maybe even if people are, and I feel that even on a global level as a collective for all of us, because we represent, you know, for coming from different countries, different situations. So we're also not only going to see things becoming more exposed in our personal lives, but we're actually going to see things getting highly exposed on a global level. Because that's what the universe really wants things to happen. Like they're going to be pushing things, so they're going to be exposing things that maybe for us might be a little painful to see, but it's like the idea that things are going to, you know, it's time to heal things that have been really deeply hidden. So secrets might be revealed in individual lives as well as on international, you know, level. You're going to see some secrets come up. Or things you actually never, like you couldn't see it with your own intuition, or you know, you're going to see it in a whole new other level. But also, even if your intuition told you about something or confirmed something to you, you're actually going to see that confirmation come to life on you know, then exposed, like it's going to be just something, knowledge is going to be open. I asked the angels, like, you know, how February also, like, is going to, like, by the end of February, what are we gonna be, like, what is it, the energy that when it comes from our spirit guides, how are we being pushed into things? And the card that I got is Leap of Faith. It's a 0. So it's Archangel Metatron. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. So again, this idea of not only that, you know, we're going to have a death and a rebirth and, you know, the beginning of things, we're definitely taking leaps of faith. So, and again, Archangel, there's so much coming with this card. So let me just tune in. So I feel for many of us, like, you know, especially with Archangel Metatron being involved here, is our chakras are going to go through intense clearing so we can actually start this new beginning of the year. So take it easy on yourself, because that when we're going through our chakra clearings, it can be really intense for us. So I don't know why I'm feeling also people becoming angry easily, becoming more sensitive easily. It's really a lot of things coming up health-wise, maybe, that it's because you're clearing so much of your chakra system, so you can actually start the new year as a new beginning for you. So keep doing your regular, like, spiritual hygiene things. Take salt bath, clear your energies more often, meditate more often, ground yourself in Mother Nature if you can go outdoors and just really ground yourself. The other thing too about this card, it's definitely a major arcana, which means it's the universe really moving things. It's the 0. 0 is the end of a full cycle. It's like we're coming to the 0 point, as you know, my soul sister Marla, you know, once put in one of her channeled messages. It's like that 0 point. We've been working on that 0 point for a while. So definitely a lot of transformation. And I'm also feeling also with this card is like throughout the month of February, we're going to be planting seeds. And these seeds are really our leap of faith steps that we're taking into making some interesting and intense changes into our own lives. It's a physical action. It's a masculine physical action. But the masculine takes action when you're in your divine masculine energy. You take action because your feminine energies represent your power of intuition, tells you it's okay to move forward. It is a time to take a step forward. We're going to be focusing also on the idea of life companions. Been getting, like, when I was meditating before I started this video, I kept feeling things coming about our pets. And it's interesting, like here, you know, the card has a little dog, a cute, really cute dog there. So the message here is like throughout the month of February, they want us also to pay attention to our life companions. So a life companion could be a friend, could be someone in your life, in your circle of people around you. So you really have to make a choice who is going to continue with you the journey. Not that you're going to like, you know, not know people, but it's like, who are you going to actually keep close to you? Who are you going to spend your energy with? So you're going to get through a lot of discernment in the month of February about that. But the other message that I'm getting with this too, if you have life companions like your own pets, I feel that, and this is a message, I don't know, I was just getting it through the meditation as well. Like our pets are also going through intense clearings with us. So they're really helping us transmute so much of the energy. So pay attention to your pets. You might find some interesting behavior from your pets, so pay attention to that. Many of them are also going through what we're going through, and again, they represent the animal kingdom. They represent Mother Nature. So really pay attention to these signs coming from the universe to you about how close the change is to your life. If you don't have a pet, then maybe you're going to start seeing that in Mother Nature itself around you. So definitely the idea of pets is really coming with this reading. Many of your pets might need like some energy healing, some you might need to change their diet, pay more attention to them, really tune in to the energy of your pet. So definitely that was, you know, an interesting message coming from Archangel Metron and the angels here about how February really is gonna get us into this new life. The bottom of the deck, it's another, you know, the bottom of the deck came with new beginnings. Archangel Jeremiah, starting a new life, finding your purpose, forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Again, February is our new beginning of the year. This is where we plant our seeds. This is where we're going to actually start a new higher timeline, a new vibration of choices for us. So we're going to be, because timeline is like a roadmap. It's like you're going to be choosing the way you're going to change your life, or you're going to move in forward with your life. So that's a timeline. So many of us are moving into these new beginnings. So we're choosing the higher vibrational thoughts, higher vibrational actions, higher vibrational belief system as well. Again, another major arcana, which is again the universe really moving things forward for many of us. So the family dynamics is this card has like a family on it, like a, you know, man, woman, children. So family dynamics are going to be changing. So take that into consideration as well, what's happening with this energy of new beginnings. And I feel also, which is interesting with this card, because Archangel Jeremiah really, I mean, he helps us with our life review, but I feel it's like the universe, and I know I channeled messages from him before about how we have to look at our life in the past, present, and future with a lot of forgiveness and a lot of compassion. So our own energies, masculine and feminine, we're going to another level of forgiving our past, forgiving our steps, what we feel is a wrongdoing. So that's definitely coming in with this. But I feel also, again, this is the universe really stepping in. It's quite interesting because the card is like the angel has a hand and it's like a stop. So I feel that this is the universe really bringing endings. Even if the ending doesn't fully happen in February, but bringing the seeds of full endings, like really interfering to fulfill our destinies and helping us fulfill our life purpose, to fulfill really what our higher self is really wanting us to be. But we're going to be safe and protected because the universe is going to support our higher vibrational choices. So we have to bring in more love, more compassion, and more generous choices with ourselves. So this was really an intense, messages from the universe about what kind of activations we're really waking up within ourselves. The other areas that we're actually going to be connecting with, and I pulled some cards about the exact, like, what is it that on a more into our own level, what healing we're actually going to be seeing with our divine masculine and divine feminine energies. I know this month is, I feel this divine masculine energy as a theme or as a focus of what's happening. So so let me just see what the first card is when it comes to some of the karmic issues that we're going to be dealing with. Beautiful card, release. The first card is release. So again, this February is going to be amazing. It might be tough a little bit for some people, but it's really about the energy of releasing what no longer serves you. So I feel this is our own inner divine masculine energies forgiving the past, and I feel very much like knowledge and situations coming back from Atlantis, coming back from our really, really ancient past lives, that we're really releasing those, the guilt, the shame, many ideas that really held us back. We're also releasing our attachment to another person, releasing the attachment to the outcome, releasing the attachment to what we expect to happen, releasing an attachment to how we want things to actually happen. So again, we're really, really stepping into a much higher vibration. If you look at that, the release person here is actually like jumping up. She's just going to start flying. So again, we're letting go of a major cycle, major karmic issues that we've been dealing with. And it's interesting, like I've never really noticed that, but again, this card at the back, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a full moon. So again, this, like, make sure that by that full moon, you're gonna actually really feel things being released. And it's like we're gonna get into this intensity of February. It's a short month anyway, but the full, like from the new moon to the full moon is not like really a lot of days there, but you're going to see that full moon really highlight that release. The second card, again, the collective is going to be working on enchantment. Let me tune in a little bit with this card. They said something really interesting. They said enchantment to reality. So I feel here, again, this is about illusions being lifted. Enchantment to reality. What they mean by that is, as much as our intuition is bringing us information, we're going to, again, be releasing another attachment to what we see in physical. Because, again, what happens behind closed doors and what really happens behind the scenes are what we feel on an intuitive level. But if we can't see with our own eyes, like, we get so triggered maybe by the reality of things, like the reality meaning it's not a reality really, it's like the illusion of what it looks like as if what's real. So enchantment, again, it's reminding me of the idea of the sirens in the sea, really enchanting those sailormen with songs and beautiful music. And the men, or like these sailors back then, they would feel so that music is real, and that love, or these sirens are real, but they're not real, beautiful, creatures or whatever, with that mythology. I don't know, that story is just the same thing, that how the guys want me to explain this enchantment, that like with all the release, with all the idea of the full moon also, and that things coming to the surface, is we're releasing this connection between our intuition and what we see in with our own eyes. Like in a physical manifestation, we're actually going to be seeing things in its truth, which is the energy and its truth of our intuition. So our intuition is going to lead the way, really what they really want to tell us, that we're going to be releasing another layer of how we get disillusioned, distracted, and triggered by things that don't connect with our intuition. They're going to actually help us see it, that our intuition is real, and that's the real thing. And that again, I feel this again is a collective clearing, because that whole reading is all about the collective, both energies, both people, both masculine and feminine, of course, no gender. This is not a gender specific, but it's a collective working on major cycles and levels for us right now, and templates. Third card, balance. We're definitely gonna need a lot of balance to happen, you know, with what's going on between going through this energetic, you know, washing machine or a dryer cycle with the January month. We definitely need some balance with February, but I feel we're going to again bring another layer of balance, and we're actually being called to keep tuning in to our own balance. Again, a ballerina trusts her intuition, trusts her body, trusts her abilities, trusts her level of knowledge, her physical abilities, her flexibility to know when or how she can maintain a balance. She has a master skill level of harnessing how her body works with the mind, body, and soul balance. So if you guys, if you have seen my annual reading for Twin Flames and Divine Partners, you're going to understand that we are bringing with this year of the 3 year, like 2019, is all about mind, body, and soul balance. So I feel February is coming to us to get us started on more and more balancing acts, balancing intuition. It's like the idea of balance is something the collective is going to be working on. So we're really initiating ourselves more and more into our own individual lives balance, but also our connection to everything that's around us. We're becoming more and more sensitive to our balance, and that will help us make the better choices in our lives. Let's see what the romance angels tell us about our love life, because we're all about love here. All about our divine connections with another. So the first card is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So definitely we're bringing our passion back. We're focusing more on our passionate pursuits. This is heart chakra opening again to love, opening to enjoying love, becoming passionate lovers. To become a passionate lover, you really have to be in your own master level of your masculine and the feminine energy. And more in tune with your own self, more in tune with your worthiness, your sense of feeling love towards yourself, you're deserving of love. And the more you feel it within, the more you're able to express it to the outside, to someone else. So many of us, also the collective, we're going to be working on being passionate about our lives, being passionate about love, being passionate about our divine partners. But also with this card, I'm feeling is many have been blocked from feeling unconditional love, or feeling or the ability to even express their connection with another, like, you know, with love letters or love poems or messages of love. So I feel messages of love coming with this passion. And for those who have been blocked from a communication, or blocked from, and I would say the word blocked in the sense that we created self-limiting beliefs about it. I feel we're going to be really breaking apart things and taking away things from our lives that block our abilities to be self-expressive. And I feel like we're going to know now what really moves our soul on a very, very deep level. Like, we can't be superficial anymore in our connections. So that's a collective energy. And I feel also with this card, like there's a man and a woman. So he like this card represents masculine and feminine energies. Because again, we are just mirrors of each other. Like even you as an individual watching this video, the other person is just a mirror to you. So I feel like there's some choices that need to be made to declutter our lives and situations that felt like prison to us, because I want to read this word passion as prison. I feel a lot of patriarchal control, like patriarchal old templating of what a connection between two people who love each other should be like. And I feel also it's the patriarchy, the masculine guilt that many of us are still carrying until now, about abandonment issues, about see, one of the things I feel that we're going to be working on is definitely abandonment issues, but this is an abandonment issue when it comes to more of our divine masculine energy. And this is for men, women, whatever gender, whatever energy you actually carry, because it's in you. We carry this guilt about the idea of us abandoning other people. Like, we feel that guilt. So many of us remember those, this from Atlantis, remember that from other past lives, that we felt guilty about the idea that, you know, when we leave someone behind, or, you know, this abandonment dilemma that we keep carrying within us. Because not only that, we have to heal the idea that other people are not abandoning us, your divine partner, your twin is not abandoning you. You also have to heal the idea that you have abandoned others in past lives. And also abandoning people in this lifetime. Because, I mean, it's all the same. So definitely abandonment issues on a very romantic level with us is coming. So it could be about your connection to divine partners, your connection to your karmic, person, like husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, and also us feeling that we've abandoned others. So it's like that guilt, that feeling that, if we make our choices based on what our hearts and our love tells us to do, others are going to be like destroyed because of our choosing ourselves and choosing love. The second card is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It's again, I feel like our divine masculine energies. Again, when we feel safe and protected in our steps, it's more of our divine masculine energies are really helping us feel safe, feeling that we are, it's okay for us to love another. It's okay for us to move forward. Because again, I do feel this idea of leaving others behind. And charging forward, like this is what they want me to say, charging forward. To open our hearts to more experiences, the idea again of leap of faith. Because this is all divinely guided right now. This is all the divine actually interfering on our behalf, really, to help us. Like, we always feel the universe, of course, but this is even stronger presence of the universe. And I feel many of us, like whether it's actually, again, feminine energies and masculine energies, we're feeling more at ease with opening our hearts to another without the expectations of what we want to have manifest. Because again, we're feeling more, we're going to start feeling more confident about ourselves, how worthy we are to be loved by another. He said something weird, flagship. So I feel this might be a message for someone, the idea of a flagship, or that name, flagship. Really interesting. This is definitely very much, again, I feel the karmic endings, relationships endings. So it's like we're choosing love again and again. But this way, this is again more action forward, because the horse here represents, you know, very strong movement forward. The horses like to run wild and free. So I feel that again is coming to us when it comes to the idea of romance in our lives. One of the things that I feel also that we are really feeling again is the idea of surrendering to what is, surrendering to how the universe is manifesting things for you. Like that, you know, we don't want to resist things as we used to. This is again part of what healing and moving into higher timelines means for us. It's choosing the thoughts that helps us ascend, helps us release pain from you know, our past. They said releasing pain from abusive relationships, narcissistic behaviors around us. They're mentioning also we're going to be releasing a lot about our families, what families expect us to do, the family belief system. Not that we want to break families. It has nothing to do with the idea of breaking families. It's really about how sometimes we get into the idea of being imprisoned by limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts, that because of our families, that we want to, that they make us, you know, maybe adopt actions or live in situations that are very hard for us to leave, because we're going to bring shame or dishonor to our family, or our family will feel that we've abandoned them. Again, it's all about this abandonment you know, complex that we all carry. And again, it's a patriarchal way of making us feel guilty, that if you step out of your comfort zone, if you step away from the norm, you feel guilt and shame, and you feel that you're always doing wrong things, that you're sinning, you're becoming sinful, you're you know, because, you know, the idea of, you know, your presence, you know, or what your role is in a family dynamics, for example. And definitely that's changing, because as I told you, like the new beginnings card has a family on it, so I feel there's new beginnings in the family dynamics. Again, when we're doing things out of our love, that our hearts are opening up to loving ourselves, loving our divine connection, loving our souls enough, then we're not really choosing to fight others. We're really choosing to love ourselves more. And the thing is, like, you know, what we need to do know about change is that change really disrupts the norm, and it disrupts the comfort. Even if you're in a fearful situation, or even if you live in a unhealthy environment, whether it's for work or for you know, a family or whatever, or family dynamics, a friendship dynamics, whatever dynamics you're feeling with it, resonating with you with this reading. Our changes, when we change, people around us really start to really worry. Like even, you know, in my personal life, and you know, for many of us, like especially when you really step into your own ascension, step into your own spirituality, sometimes people who are around you, and they don't mean you harm, they really love you, but they really get worried about where you're going with this. It's just something that is out of the norm, it's out of the program, it's not in the book. So we're actually honoring more of who we are. We are limitless beings. So so honor that, and feel that February is coming to get you started with that and get you going more with that, to feel more safe in being who you are, and being your soul, and being a divine lover, whether you're a twin flame or a divine partner to someone or a soulmate, it really shouldn't matter. We're all on an ascension journey, and we can create so much with our manifestation skills. We're really here to embrace love and to really show that love is the way to mend things, to heal connections, to heal this earth. This is what the earth really is pushing us to do. And I feel that, you know, as we go into the higher timelines with February and the activations, the DNA activations within all of us is really to get us connected to the cosmos. It's really to open our eyes to what we can't see so we can actually be in tune with the universe. And it's quite interesting that the guides here with this reading really wanted to focus on pets. I mean, our pets are our, you know, companions that sometimes they are silent and sometimes they speak. They're also helping us get in tune more with the universe because they depend 100% or more of them. They depend on their intuition. They depend on their sixth sense, their senses, their feelings of things. So they're also feeling, they're again a reflection of what's happening outside your home, like what's happening on Earth, what's happening in the environment, what's happening with the universe really interfering and bringing us more light codes as we are activating our DNAs, where we need those light codes because our souls can understand these codes and we are just a response to it. Because the more of us carry these high vibrations and our bodies are able to carry these high vibrations, then we're going to also help other people ascend because we are able to carry more light within us. So others around us really will benefit highly from our light. When you're in your light, you really embrace more love, more acceptance of others, more even respect to people's own individual journeys. It's not about the idea of the patriarchy that I have to fight others to prove who I am. We have to really get rid of this idea. You don't need to fight. What you need is to really to be yourself and to be in your own power, to express yourself, to really feel that no matter where you are in your life, each and every one of us is free to speak their truth. It's our universal right. Because your body can be imprisoned, like you could be in a literal prison. You could be anywhere in this world and you can feel that your body's imprisoned. But your mind and your soul is always going to be free. That's the universe. That's the universe working inside you. So be free and feel that you don't need to make others wrong, but really to express your own self, your own sense of creativity, and to really show the world what your true colors are. Because sometimes we get so limited by what's happening, you know, with, you know, our own healing, that we can't really express ourselves that much. So I hope this will open us up to the more of the energies of the month of February. And, you know, we get ready to see what 2019 really is going to feel for us in this month. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Again, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't resonate. Really tune into your own intuition to feel what works for you and what feels right for you. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, soulspeak.com, or connect with me directly on my website. You can just communicate if you have some questions. And I would like you to follow my Facebook group page, Soul Speak. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll leave all this information below. I hope you have a wonderful new beginning for the month of February and a blessed month ahead. And I thank you for sharing and liking my videos. I'll talk to you soon.